So, 2020 New York Fairy Fest, Minions Quest for Fest. Minion has come to the Fairy Fest area just to do a little bit of work to touch up the area because nobody's here. We just wanted to make sure the area was at least touched up by a few hands because normally this place is full of about 50 people getting it ready. But oddly enough, there's nobody here because of the COVID thing. We so apologize, but we miss you, and I've said that on like every freaking video I've said so far. But I have something special. I have a very special guest who decided to do this with me, and I'm so happy for this. The Green Man himself, Mr. Billy Bardo. Holy cow, hey!
Hello, friends of the Fairy Festival and friends of the Fae. It's your friend and your master of ceremonies, Billy Bardo, here to say, welcome to the land of the fairy when the gates are actually closed and the fairy folk are not in their full scale appearance and the land isn't full of people. And Minion's wrong. At this time, the land wouldn't be full of 50 people coming in and preparing it because we are right at the beginning of the festival weekend.
Oh my God,
this would be the time
done.
when people are pouring through the gates full of their mythic imagination and their delight and their wonder. And so I welcome each of you who are out there who aren't able to be at the Fairy Festival this year to remember that any place where you can find a bit of wild or wildish area, you can look for signs of nature's wonders and you can find magic if your head and your heart are open to it. And so for this year, we're not going to throw open wide the gates of the Fairy Fest, and we're not going to open ourselves to the fairy world because we don't really want to affect the fairy world with this COVID thing going on, and we're just going to ride that out. In the meanwhile, we're not really pitching a lot of, hey, yeah, there we go.
Ooh.
We're not really pitching a lot of performances online or specific efforts to feature artists and such like that. We're actually taking a bit of a sabbatical, but we do encourage you to remember that creative efforts of all sorts need supporting right now. There's all kinds of ways you could be doing that. Find people whose music you like and buy some of it. Find people whose art you love and buy some of it. Find some way to engage people in a creative process that makes you feel good and makes you tell good stories about what's going on in the world. So, hey, there's my face with the sunlight on it. Welcome to the New York Fairy Festival land without the New York Fairy Festival.
Cheers, everybody. Happy Fest. Minion has found a fest.